Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to a Stat Live.
Yes, you haven't done a live in a while, right?
No, it's been a little bit, yeah.
No, you're like your little impromptu segments.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
know.
know.
We got to put that back in the contract.
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh, we have a lively guest audience today. So if you hear any claps or cheers, you know where it's coming from. We have a peanut gallery. But anyway, it is already November. And could you
Yeah.
believe we're coming closer to Thanksgiving? Oh, Carrie,
I know.
could you believe it? Stop. But
I know,
anyway,
Thanksgiving.
so Thanksgiving is coming, and
And
you have
Christmas.
plans.
Yep.
She just can't really wait to get out of here today because Carrie's going to be jet setting her way to a nice warm place.
I am. I know.
Aren't we so lucky?
So many.
Aren't we so lucky? And for the stats, I think everybody else feeling pretty lucky too with this. Things look pretty stable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think like you said before we came on, you look through everything.
Yeah.
Nothing stands out as particularly alarming.
Yeah.
And we saw a couple of months where it seemed like there was a little bit more stress in the market, but as always, every time things seem to bounce down, they seem to bounce back up again.
Yep.
And while some numbers are down a little bit, overall, I think we're going to have a hero show today. Just let her know, please, that we're filming live. She's going to have to stand over here. Well, oh, goodness. It's a good thing. It's been crazy lately.
Yes.
So we've been very busy.
Crazy's good.
Crazy's good. But all right, Carrie, let's get over the numbers.
Let's just jump right into it. The first thing is the average days on the market.
Yes.
This is for Staten Island.
Oh, yes. We do New Jersey and Staten Island. So
yes.
this is Staten Island segment.
Staten Islands. So the average days on market have decreased year over year to almost 13%, and month over month decreased 1.40%.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on here is just as we thought things were going to get a little bit not so great, it's showing that the market is still resilient. And I think people it's hard to develop. There's been no real trend developing. We saw a couple of maybe possible downtrends over the last couple of months that were possible based on some of the leading indicators. There were certain things but it hasn't really bared out in the numbers too much. So, and a matter of fact, there's some really good numbers as we move forward.
Yes.
But a lot of it has to do with interest rates dropping. We've seen interest rates come down precipitously. I believe the last report was down to almost like 6.125%, somewhere in there. So you talk about a year ago, I mean, we're coming in like 8%, almost near 8% at one point, and things really took a nosedive. But it's kind of stabilized. So we'll see exactly how that plays out.
Yes.
But it's playing out for the better for right now.
Yes. Like the month's inventory has stayed the same year over year, but decreased month over month almost 20%.
Right. So so it's decreased 20%. Month's inventory continues to see a decline, 3.87. And basically what that's saying is with 3.87% months inventory, we're still considered to be in a seller's market. Anytime you're under six months supply, you're basically we have guests in the house today.
Yes, we do.
We have Alana. She just came in. You want to say hello to the camera? Yeah, everybody's going on vacation but me. You're going away. She's going away.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? We're going to be working on a skeleton crew here.
Vacation.
Yeah, sure. My next life. But anyway. But anyway, so basically what it's saying with months inventory being that low, basically it's still a seller's market for the most part. So 6 months is basically the barometer to say if you're under 6 months or above 6 months. And this has been traditionally but it's the absorption rate basically. So your absorption rates are still, since September, it's down from 4.83. It was creeping
Yeah.
up month after month, right? It was
Yeah.
kept creeping up. It is now starting
Yeah.
to take a turn in the other direction. And that's also reflected in the sales to list price ratio, which has been stable, right?
Mhm.
But it's come up, right? The sales to list price
Yes.
ratio is up 0.1% at 98.6, up from 98.5 a month ago,
Mhm.
and 98 last year.
Yes.
So it's crept up.
It's going
So
up.
people are bidding a little bit higher on the things that are closing.
Mhm.
So there's some slow progress on the upside. Not happy for buyers because it doesn't look like there's anything in this report that's indicating anything's going in the other direction just yet.
No. No. Yeah. So I guess we'll move on to
So
the
we're gonna have
next
to look at
thing.
Alana's fingers in a little bit. She's gonna do a little. She's gonna show us her fingers for the camera.
The best nails I've ever seen.
She does her nails specifically for our events.
Yes.
You're gonna
So
show us.
cute.
You're gonna
Those
show
are
us them on
lucky
camera.
nails.
No, you have to have. Come on, you gotta do a little show and tell here. It's got to be done. Show and tell has to be done. She spends so much time on her nails. She always has her themes all played out. You could
Yes.
tell exactly what's going on in Alana's life by looking at her nails. So you don't have to read into too much. You just look at her nails, she'll tell you. But anyway, getting into the next thing, what do we have? We could compare pending average listing, not a big deal. Sold average listing is something we'd like to talk about.
Sold average listing, yes. So that has decreased year over year 2% and month over month decreased 3%.
So the sold average listing, so this is basically a turn toward buyers seeking lower priced alternatives. So you may see the sold average listing, meaning what people are purchasing when they go into a property and they're looking at their price points. They're willing to purchase, but they're not willing to purchase on the higher end. So what happens is the sold average listed price is come down. So things like co-ops, condos will skew these numbers downward on a downward trend. So basically what it's saying is that the market is basically saying that while there are buyers out there, they're tending to trend in the direction of more affordability in terms of their prices.
Mhm.
So this is something that's played out over the year. But it's shown this has been a consistent number that's said that there's been more. We've seen one of the biggest things is co-op sales and co-op interest.
Oh, yeah.
Co-op interest has really peaked this year.
It has.
And it wasn't traditionally a very, very hot market, but affordability is an issue and people still want a piece of ownership. So that's one way of accomplishing it.
Yes. Now we'll move on to the new average listing.
Yeah, that's fine.
That has decreased year over year 3% and also decreased month over month 0.40%.
That's an interesting stat. Why it's an interesting stat is people are actually listing their houses for less.
Mm-hmm.
Which not in saying, but I want to just take caution in saying when you do with new averages, so the data could be skewed. Obviously, if there's more condos and co-ops coming on the market, it's definitely going to change the new average listing. But it's still down year over year 3%, which is definitely something to kind of talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But not anything too significant, but significant enough to mention. The
Yes.
sold average sale we'll get to next. The sold average sale and the sold median, we'll go to those two.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what all we got there?
Okay, so the sold average sale decreased year over year almost 1%, and month over month decreased 2%.
Okay, so the month over month difference. So prices have come down slightly on the sold average sale price. Now, again, we're going to go sold median because it's up on the sold median 2%, down on the sold average. Averages and medians,
mm-hmm.
how they kind of reflect or bounce off one another. Median takes as the highs and the lows out. So this is definitely indicative of the prices of the affordability things that we're talking about. People are choosing condos, co-ops more frequently, which is definitely taking a hit on the average. But when you start dealing with medians, you kind of take those low ends and high ends out, and you kind of get more of a basis of fact of where things are. So what you're really looking at is with the median being up 2%, the market has come up year over year, basically marginal. There's not much of a difference between last year and this year. So it's important to understand that when you look at median sale prices and average sale prices, data is skewed on averages. Medians takes the highs and lows out. You kind of get a better baseline for understanding where the market's moving. 2% is marginal. So there's really, from this year to last year, there isn't much in the way of appreciation. So that's one of the things to really kind of pay attention to.
Yes. And so next up is the active listings. So
Yes.
active listings have increased year over year 4%, but decreased month over month about almost 4%.
Active listings up a little bit, marginally. Oh, that's a parking issue. Sorry. Month over month. So the active listings, basically from month over month, that's seasonal adjusted. So basically seasonality. People aren't putting their house on the market. Victor is saying listings.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's going to be more on the way this week. Yeah, we're working on a lot of new projects.
Yes, we
Matter
are.
of fact, all that rustling you hear back there is Gabby working very hard. Like she's in Wall Street in 1989. Just there's a lot of paper moving. But anyway, so year over year differences, not much to really speak of.
Yes. New listings is next. New listings year over year have decreased 3% and also month over month decreased 15%.
Yes. So again, month over month listings, this is going to be quite the show here.
I know.
It's never.
It's
Hi,
always a
Anthony.
fun day.
Michael Petrides. Is that Mike? Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Mike? Hope all's well.
Hi. Yes.
I'll hear about this from the landlord later, I'm sure. Oh, goodness.
Well.
She's going to have to pull out and back out completely. Oh, goodness. All right.
Yes.
No short of distractions. And but
Little.
when you do live things, this is what you need to expect.
Yes.
You know, you need to expect the fact that there's going to be some ad libs.
Yeah, you never know.
You just never know. You never know. So, but there's nothing really new to report there. New listings, average, active listings. There's marginal changes. Nothing to really pay attention to. I will get to the next two are important.
Yes. So that would be pending sales. Pending sales have increased year over year 12% and month over month increased almost 9%.
Pending sales are up skyrocketed.
Yes.
On a month over month basis, they're up 8%, 12% on the year over year. You're talking about a significant bounce here. So this is definitely a bounce into the upside. Okay, so when you look at pendings going up, this is one of the better leading indicators. When you look at leading indicators versus trailing indicators, the leading indicators being the next 3 months, we're going to see things obviously pick up from where they were. And that's definitely a clear sign of the pending listings that have seen a dramatic increase on the month over month, plus the year over year is significant.
Yes.
When you go to sold listings, it really shows its head, right?
Yes. So the sold listings year over year increased 4% and month over month increased 20%.
Yeah, 20%. That's a big fall off because we did see a tail off during the summer months. Based on interest rates, of course, as the interest rates have changed, things have tailed downward in terms of sold listings. We definitely saw this was down for quite a while for over the last few. That's begun to change over the last couple of months as contracts begun to close. So when you look at it from the perspective of home buying, at least in the New York side of things, 3 months is the average. We figure it's about 3 months to close. So this is indicative. We did see some positive signs in pending listings in the previous 2 months, and it definitely showed up in the sold listings because the month over month difference. And this time, like month over month between September, October, you usually don't see a 20% increase. Obviously, seasonality plays a factor. These aren't one of the months that you typically see that. That has a lot to do with the recent declines in interest rates, which has definitely impacted how people have re-entered the marketplace. But it's still challenging. Though nobody should be jumping up and down. It's not like you could ask Gab over here how hard it is to put a deal together and keep it. It's not easy. Not easy. Maybe one day we'll have her on here and talk about it.
Yeah.
She should definitely talk about, or Dom could talk about his deals. But absolutely, every deal is how do you say,
Unique and challenging.
unique and challenging, which is something that wasn't like when the market was at its peak back in 2021, 22. But I'm kind of teaching Gab by fire because she wasn't around for that market. So she only knows the hard. And if you know the hard, you'll know the good at some point in the future. If you know the good, this seems absolutely atrocious. So she's getting her leather worn pretty good at this point. So we'll, that's pretty much, is there a question? No.
I thought there
Oh,
was,
there's a
but it was
couple
just,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice crowd today.
Yes, we
Decent
do.
crowd. So, as we say, knowledge is key to power. Power will help you understand where you need to go when you need to do it. And the good part about these reports is they're up to date and they're based in reality,
Yes.
not speculation and stuff you heard from your neighbor down the block who said they absolutely killed it. And then when you go to check the public records later on, you see that they actually didn't. There are no anomalies in the market. It's still hard to believe that in 2025, going into 2026, oh man, geez, it feels like I said 2022 not too long ago. But when you talk about it from that perspective, you have to really the data and the facts will speak volumes over a lot of speculation, and there's still so much of it today that we deal with. So, hopefully we do this the first week every month. You can pay attention to our feed, so you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel or Facebook, of course.
Yes.
Because we actually live there on YouTube. We actually do this on a podcast basis, correct?
Yes, on our YouTube.
It's called Between the Signs, right? Yes.
Check it out.
So yeah, that's something interesting to see. We have a pretty robust marketplace there, Between the Signs.
I like that name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yes.
That was Kerry's idea.
Yeah.
You look small in the camera. God, today you look tiny, right? You're like,
I
look
said
like
that.
this big. But when we stand together, like in pictures, she's like, you would never know. That's good, Kerry. Stay like that. Kerry's practically my height when she stands up. Yeah, this is an optical illusion done purposely. She's been asked to stay low. Anyway, that's what we have, and hopefully you'll tune in. It won't be next week because Kerry will not be here. We'll be doing them in New Jersey probably later in the month, right? And that'll be an interesting one because there was some leading indicators there that were a little questionable, especially in the Ocean County areas. We kind of did some back and forth there. You can go check that out on YouTube because that is on file.
Yes.
So you can see what we were talking about back then. And then jump to where we are today for the next report and see how we've trended. So that's where we are. It's Prodigy Real Estate, and hopefully we'll see you
next time.
There you go. And Gab is just ready to just push the button. Okay, Gab.
Bye.